our 2023-2024 women's basketball season preview. I am pleased to be joined by first-year head coach Tanner Kuehn. Coach, thank you for being with us here today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Obviously your first year as our head coach, your first game tomorrow night, Governor State JV here at home, 5 p.m. Your first time as a collegiate head coach. What are your thoughts, kind of on the eve of your first game?
Tomorrow I'm just looking forward to our girls going out there and playing hard. When I flip on the film Friday night, I want it to be obviously that the girls in Prairie State jerseys are playing harder than the other team out there. And that's just not for tomorrow night, that's throughout the whole season. So, my thoughts right now are we just want to go out there and we want to play hard. I think early in the season you're going to have mishaps, you're going to have flaws, you're going to be working through things. So tomorrow what I'm looking for is we just want to go out there and play hard.
Sure. Now, for the people that don't know, you were an assistant on the men's staff with Coach Mike Mandarino for, was it 4 years?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, it all blends after a while.
Dog years.
Yeah. Now, last year, so that being said, you were able to at times kind of see our women's team with the product last year. How much did you kind of take from the little bits that you saw last year into this year?
Yeah, with the girls that are returning, I had a good idea of the things that they did well and some of the things that they might not be so good at. So during the off season and during the summer, we tried to work on some of those things that I thought were their weaknesses and try to build them into maybe not strengths, but things that they're better at to try to take away some of those flaws. But being there and watching some of the games and having the chance to go back now throughout the summer and watch last year's season, it's been good. And we worked really hard this summer with the returners, and I think they've all taken a step forward.
Now, again, for people that don't know, you're also an academic advisor here on the campus, so all of our student athletes. You have a personal connection with all of them. Again, how much did that, the fact that you knew the 3 returners and that, how much did that help in terms of just being able to step right in and kind of be able to run the program?
Yeah, I think it helped tremendously. Just kind of, like you said, having that personal connection with them and, during the advising sessions, getting to know them a little bit during that process. And I don't think I'll forget the first time that they came over to my office after I was named the head coach, and we sat down, we talked, and it wasn't like I was getting a brand new group of girls. It was people I was already familiar with, and they were somewhat familiar with me.
Sure.
But from a coaching aspect, it was going to be different from what they were used to, and they've done a good job of adjusting to it.
Great. Now you have 3 sophomores returning: Miracle Thomas, Evelyn Ordonez, and Rachel Kaposias. Last year they were all 3 really major contributors to a 10-win team, which it had been a number of years before we'd even won 10 games on the women's side. So they were huge contributors to that. Miracle has a chance to be the program's all-time leading scorer. She's with another year similar or better than what she did last year, she can be a 1,000-point scorer. So what are you looking for from those 3 this year?
Yeah, from Miracle, from all 3 of them, we're looking for them, since they've already been here before, played at the college level. We're looking for all 3 of them to step up and be leaders. It's something we've talked about with them. For Miracle, we worked on this summer making her jump shot a little bit more consistent, working on her right hand, so she's made strides in that area, and I think that's going to help her hopefully get to that all-time leading scorer here, that 1,000-point mark. With Evelyn, a big thing with her was her conditioning, and up until recently in the preseason when she kind of was out for a couple weeks with a hamstring injury, she was in a lot better shape, so she's working back towards that. And then with Rachel, it was a big thing with her confidence, and she's still working on that, but it's a matter, I told her, she's one of the best shooters we have, so I'm never going to be upset with the shot she takes, because when she shoots it, every time she shoots it, I think it's going in.
Great. Now, could you talk about some of the freshmen? The bulk of your team is our newcomers. You also went the international route a little bit too. You just talk about the new people that you've got coming in this year.
Yeah, so we have 5 incoming freshmen. We have Janiyah Green. She's been with us pretty much all summer, and she was a person who had a gap year in between her senior year of high school and this upcoming season. But being with her all summer, you can see the rust starting to come off of her, and she's getting more and more confident. She's going to give us a level of physicality that we need. She gets in there and she scraps it up, so she's going to play an important role for us this year. We have Samantha Campbell. She's a transfer from SWIC. She's athletic. She can rebound the ball at a high level when she's engaged. She has good post moves. She can hit the mid-range jump shot at a high level, and she can also step out and hit the three. So she's going to be a big impact player for us this year. We have Rocio Perez, who's from Spain. She's got a very quick first step, can get to the rim and finish, and she's a menace on defense. During the Jamboree at Rock Valley, when we played our preseason game last Friday at Moraine Valley, she really hounded the other team's point guard and, you know, made defense into offense. Then we have Ivy Stella, another person who had a gap year in between the last time she's played. Actually, she didn't play her senior year of high school basketball, so she's had 2 years off. With her, it's a big confidence thing as well. She can shoot the ball at a high level. She's got to be a little bit stronger with the ball, which we're working on with her. It's just a confidence thing with her, and you can see at first, when she first came here for her first practice, I wasn't sure if she's going to make it. She was super out of shape, but she's played her way into shape, and she's going to play a big role for us. And then last is TK, Tanaya Walker. She's a freshman from Hillcrest. With TK, the biggest thing with her has been her consistency. And over the last 2-3 weeks, she's been really consistent, and you can kind of see that she's got some game, and she's gonna be one of those players that as the season rolls along, her role's only gonna get bigger and bigger, I think.
Great. Tomorrow night, of course, we have Governor State JV here, but the early part of your season overall is going to be an absolute gauntlet. You've got South Sub, you've got Rock Valley, you've got Kirkwood. You're gonna find out real quick. You're gonna play some really great teams. After you get through that stretch, it looks like it's still about early December, around the 5th of December. You know, that stretch there is going to be huge and very, very tough. What are some of the things that you're looking for, and what would be a successful, outcome to that portion of the season?
It's going to be a rough stretch, like you mentioned. So we just got to stay together during that time because it's going to be tough. The things I'm looking for, though, is we just want to, as I mentioned earlier, we want to go out there and play hard. And when I flip on that film, it should be no doubt that we're the hardest playing team. So we're sprinting the floor in transition both ways. We're rebounding the ball at a high level. We're getting physical. We're on the floor for loose balls. So those are the things I'm looking for. The wins and losses, those are going to take care of themselves. We play a tough schedule. But I think if we do those things, we're going to be challenged early in the season. So as we progress throughout the season, as we play maybe not as a challenging schedule, if we do those things still at a high level, it's going to be a good thing for us.
Sure. What are your goals for the season, like long term, in terms of what you told the team, on day one, what you'd like to see at the last day of the season, whenever that comes?
We just want to continue to improve every day and be the best team we can, at the end of February, early March. That's something I preach with them a lot is, just continue to improve every day, just get a little bit better. As far as season goals, we play in a very tough conference. I'd like to try to finish in that top half of that conference, though. And then I think if we can finish in that top half of the conference, it's going to give us an opportunity to go out there and win a playoff game. You can win here at Prairie State. We've had good teams in the past, 2012, 2013. This is a place where you can win. But I think this is a group where we're laying the foundation, and I think this is a good group to do that. So finish in that top half of the conference and go out there and try to win a playoff game, too.
Sure. Now, last question. If there's anything that you would want to say to the fans about the brand of basketball your team's going to play this year, what you'd like to see them play, feel free.
Yeah, it's what I kind of already mentioned. We're going to play hard. We're going to play physical. We're going to play fast. So come out and watch us.
All right. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Again, tomorrow night, 5 p.m. here, Governor State JV season kicks off. Coach, thank you for being here with us. Good luck this year. Welcome back to the Coach's Corner. I am pleased to be joined by 3 of our sophomore women's basketball players, Evelyn Ordonez, Rachel Kaposias, and Miracle Thomas. Guys, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Last year, you guys won 10 games, that was the first time in 5 years that our women's program had won 10 games. How did you guys feel about last year overall? How did you feel at the end of that year going into this year? Do you guys have a lot of confidence coming into this season?
I would say me personally, I had a lot of confidence going into the season. Last year we did our ups and downs, but this year we got a new coaching staff, so we came in ready to put in the work and the effort towards the winning season this year.
How'd you guys feel about it?
I agree. I'm very confident. Looking starting this summer, I really like how the team was and how our energy was, so I'm super confident.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
It's a lot of new faces. Obviously new coaching staff. There's a lot of positivity.
Okay, good. What were some of the goals that you guys had, maybe for yourselves and for the team as well?
For myself this year, like, that 1,000 point is looking real at hand right now. And definitely just having a winning season as far as like contributing on my end and being the best player I could be for myself.
For me, I would say my goal is just to become an overall more confident player, and I'm trying to break my 3-point record in the game.
There you go. All right.
I'm just trying to be a better defensive player, better, I guess, all-around player, offensive too. That's about it. Bring more positivity.
Sure. Okay. Okay. All good things for sure. Now, Miracle, you mentioned it just a little bit a second ago. You have a chance to become the school's first 1,000-point scorer. The all-time scoring record for the women's program here is 995, and you had over 500 points last year. So obviously you're on pace for the 1,000. What, how do you feel about that? I mean, that would be a pretty cool accomplishment for sure.
I'm just taking it like when the season starts, one game at a time. You know, there's no pressure. It happens. It happens. You know? Take any accomplishment as it is.
Sure. Now, Evan, what were some things at the end of last season? Obviously, you had a good year last year. What were some things that you needed to work, and you felt you needed to work on, and maybe the coaches, asked you to maybe work on this offseason?
They definitely asked me to work on my hygiene. But it's getting there.
Yeah, sure.
Defensive wise, they told me to work on it too. They want me to be more aggressive, and rebounding. So
Okay. Rachel, how about you?
I would definitely say they asked me to work on my confidence, but also I'm sure as sophomores too, stepping into the leadership role.
Sure.
So we're not just freshmen, like we're the upperclassmen, so now we gotta lead by example.
Sure.
So
Yeah, it's your
just
team to lead for sure.
finding my voice and helping my team for sure.
How about you?
Definitely on the leadership role, being held at a higher standard. And so, like, I say for me, that comes with being able to talk to my teammates, help my teammates, lift my teammates up even when I'm not at my best. So, I think as far as, like, my main thing I was working on was my defense and being able to shoot this year.
Great. Now, you guys mentioned it a little bit before, but there's obviously a new coaching staff this year. How has that gone, and how's that transition gone?
I'm not gonna lie, it's good.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really good. It's really good right now.
Good. You guys think the same or
Yeah.
different? I don't know.
It's definitely different from last year.
Yeah.
I think it's something that we have to adjust to, but
Sure.
if we all just work together, it's gonna run smoothly.
Sure.
Yeah.
the same thing. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Awesome. Okay. Well, ladies, thank you very much. And again, tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, Governor State JV here, season open.